Hello and welcome back, EDF friends, to our firing range where we quest to test every type of weapon in EDF 5. So we're on to sniper rifles and grenade launchers for the wing diver this time around. And it's actually quite a long list here because there's a lot of new and different weapon types for this. So let's go ahead and get started here. The Gungnir has made it back. And it's called something else, I think, this time around, but I just call it a Gungnir because that's the idea of what it is. Looks really cool this time around. I really like the way that gun looks. But this time around, instead of shooting and then overheating you, what you do is you charge it up first and shoot. So that's kind of a nice change. And then her laser sniper is also back. As far as damage goes, the Gungnir is, I would assume, close to around 100k maxed out. I don't have the exact stats of a maxed out one, but it's probably gonna be around 100k, which is pretty good actually. And but the range though is lower this time around. It's maxed out at 631 meters. It costs quite a bit of energy. Maxed out at 2,785 energy. So her energy tanks maxed out, I think, are about 18k. Or not 18k, I wish. 1800 or about 1700, depending on the maxed out of at level 88. But so it takes roughly about two complete charges to charge it up if you have the maxed out one. And then her laser costs 645 energy to shoot this thing. As far as the DPS for the laser sniper, the DPS is about 2100 damage per second, and the max range is 881 meters. So it's more of like a machine gun still, but of course there's no damage fall off, which is nice compared to other machine guns. So I guess that's a positive. But it's almost like a better machine gun, I guess you could almost call it, instead of a sniper. But let's go ahead and take these out here. I'm going to, as far as her energy tank, like I said, mine's not maxed out. Mine's 1400, but I think it's about 1800 maxed out, and then the other ones are a little bit lower than that. But anyway, let's go ahead and pick a mission here. I'll take this one, I guess. The Gungnir is nice for taking out dropships, and like I said, this time, even though the range is lower, since you have to charge it up first and then fly in, so it takes me a little bit over 2 because I don't have a maxed out energy tank. But since you can charge it up and fly in, the range isn't as big of a deal. So you could fly in, shoot, and then once you shoot, you'll have full energy. The only important thing is to make sure once you shoot it, which is you have to let go of the trigger to shoot it, you want to make sure not to press the trigger again, because just when you play Wing Diver now with charge weapons, it's easy to get into a habit of once you shoot to instantly charge again, and if you do that in this particular weapon, you'll be overheated. So you want to shoot and then fly away and don't hold the trigger again. It's not quite enough damage to kill these guys. It seems like their armor really affects what kind of damage you can do to their body, because of the fact that their armor takes the damage rather than their body, so you can't really kill them in one shot, which is unfortunate. But as you can see, I only can knock his armor off. I can't even kill him with the Gungnir, so it's not as good against those guys, unless of course you have like their chest is exposed or their head is exposed with their armor off. So but as you can see, my energy was full once I let go of the shot. Let me change my sensitivity back to 150. I raised it up for the last video. And then I'm going to restart and do the laser one. I really wish the laser was a little bit stronger. 2100 DPS is not the greatest. But I don't know how to feel about it, honestly. It seems like it's outclassed by other weapon types. So I'm not sure. But yeah, this weapon charges up. Doesn't take too much energy because of how long it takes to charge it up. But the only negative of the charge sniper is, like, say you're trying to snipe something in the air, like a drone or something, and you let go of the trigger to shoot it, and it moves and you're trying to readjust, you could hit something behind it and pull more enemies in the map, which is a negative. And you can always reload to cancel it, but then you kind of defeated the purpose of charging all the way. You can just, charge a little bit then maybe and snipe with it, because the damage doesn't get affected by that. But not too strong though. So let me see if I can kill this guy with the sniper. This is on offline. This is offline in Inferno. It might be enough to kill him. Yeah, that's definitely enough to kill him. But pretty weak damage though. So I mean, at least you can kill him from far away though. So I mean, I think there's still some uses for it. It's just I don't know. The Gungnir definitely though. I find myself using it a lot for large targets, quick burst damage. So it's pretty cool. And I think I'm happy with the Gungnir change. I don't like in the previous game where you shot and then you're overheated for 7 times, and you have to just walk around overheated, because once you shoot something usually there's aggro pulled, so that's the time you need to fly. So now you can actually fly away. On to the next sniper rifles. The monster has made it back, which also has very large changes. Let's pick one of those, and then let's pick, what's the next one? Next one's 77, which is okay, yeah, it's the Thunder Sniper. Okay, so the monster this time around, the damage is pretty good. It got scaled up a little bit because the enemies seem like have more health in this game than 4.1, and the damage of the weapons therefore are scaled up a little bit. So it does about 21,720 maxed out. It has a 1,500 meter range, which is good, and it only costs 480 energy, which is also nice. So in the previous game, the monster would shoot 3 beams, depending on how much energy you had in your tank. This time it shoots just one, or it doesn't shoot just one beam. It shoots I guess you'd call it a bunch of beams, or one beam that slowly gets less damage, but it penetrates through enemies, and it's a single beam this time around. So I like how it penetrates through enemies now, which is very cool, and I like how it's very accurate and just one beam this time. But I think it's nice also because the fact that you can shoot more than one in a magazine as well. So it seemed like it's definitely better this time around, and I'll go ahead and show that. There's also the Thunder Sniper, where it shoots 6 bolts of energy, and let's see, the damage per second for this one is 2,100 roughly. I'm guessing that because some of these I don't have the exact maxed out stats, so but I can make a pretty good guesstimate, and it's probably be about 2,100 DPS, and it's probably about 700 energy maxed out, maybe somewhere a little bit lower than that. Has a huge range, 2,500 meter range, so that's pretty crazy. Let's go ahead and take these. Don't want to change missions. Yeah, let's change missions to 39. Yeah. So the monster is pretty cool. I'm definitely liking it. Very strong. I think you could almost use it as a weapon for smaller enemies too, because of the fact that it penetrates through targets. But as you can see, charging this thing up, it only takes about 33% of my energy, which is pretty good. So you can shoot this, you know, back to back, and if you have that large energy tank, you can really shoot it quite a bit. And it does shoot through targets. It's kind of like one beam that starts out big and ends out small, but it still winds up doing, you know, the damage that it shows. And then there's the Thunder Sniper as well, which is kind of like a not quite as accurate. It does come to a point, but huge range, and it does bounce off targets. So you have to be careful with that because it might. Actually, it looks like it may not bounce this time around. I'm kind of surprised. I thought it did. May not bounce around this time, which is better, because in the past games it would bounce and it would cause a lot of problems when you're trying to hit something, because you might pull too many enemies. But the damage is a little bit lower though than I would like for it to be too useful. It does have a magazine though, which is nice, so you can be kind of more of a mobile sniper with that. But this thing does shoot through enemies, and it is pretty strong. So let me shoot through a bunch of these guys. Pretty nice. But I think the monster is actually an improvement this time around, and I'm definitely liking it better. And the Thunder Sniper, I think, is also an improvement because of the fact that it has a huge magazine, and it's lower damage, but it almost feels like it's a better machine gun or a better long-range weapon than, you know, some of her other class weapons. Like, it's more of like a long-range machine gun or long-range, like, scout rifle or something. So that's pretty cool. I would like to see the damage increase a little bit on the laser sniper again, and then the Thunder Sniper, but It's not terrible. On to the next one. Let's see, level 70 is the next one. This is a machine gun firing thunder sniper. Like in the previous game, there was a fast shooting, single shot. You just hold down the triggers like a machine gun sniper, which has made it back this time around. It does about 1600 DPS, and I'm guessing it's about 650 meter range and 800 energy cost to reload it. So we'll take one of those. And the level 55 monster has also made it back. So before the previous game, the monster 55 was the best monster, but now they made a higher version. So this one has, like I said in the past, has 21,720 damage per shot for a 480 energy, and then this one has 14.5k damage, and it only has 321 energy. So they're kind of close in that respect, but the range is a little bit lower, but not much. It's 1100 compared to 1500. So pretty much you're getting 14.5k for 321 energy, or 21,720 for 480 energy. So it seems like, I guess, the 80 one does outclass it in that respect. But it is nice to have a high damage for level 55. I mean, it's still a very strong weapon for the level. So that's kind of crazy. So I'd say the monster is more valuable, I guess, of a sniper in lower levels because of the fact of how high damage it is for the low level, which was the same case in the previous game. So it does the same thing. You charge it up and it's one beam, and it does penetrate through targets and does a lot of damage. So pretty cool. And then this is the thunder sniper, where it's like a machine gun, which is pretty cool. I've always liked the idea of these things. I mean, the damage is okay, but it's not great for level 70. I wish, like I said, just a little bit more energy or a little bit more damage would be nice. I like how it charges slower, because it's a good thing, because it makes the high energy cost not as high, because you're constantly regenerating energy. So when you're charging slower, you're not going to see the large hit to your energy tank, because it's still charging while it's your energy tank is charging while it's charging the weapon as well. So it kind of counters some of that damage or some of that energy cost. So it's not as noticeable. So pretty cool. Let's go back to the thing. I think that there's also a lower level Gungnir, which is cool as well. So it's level 35, I don't know, 36 rather. And level 36, it does 15,000 damage. So she's able to do 15,000 damage at level 55 weapon and at level 36 weapon, which is crazy. The energy cost is 545, so it's a lot of energy for that level. And then there's also another monster, the monster 0, which I'll show because it's so different. I'll take an energy that's reflective of 36, so I'll take an energy tank that's level 36. So you're seeing energy about, 300 energy. This one doesn't count because you can't fly with this one. I mean, I guess you could still use it, but you can't fly with this one. You have to stay on the ground. But that's 900. But mostly you're probably going to have around 300 energy. So it's twice that, probably 2 charges. But it doesn't really matter, like I said, because of the fact that you can charge it up ahead of time, go into battle, and then take your shot and get away. So it's not a big deal. The range is only 631, but like I said, it's not quite a big a deal because of the fact you can go ahead. So yeah, it's gonna take me maybe 2.5 charges to get this thing. But it's absolutely ridiculous damage. When I was playing on hard, this thing was absolutely crazy. Looks like I can get it in 2 charges. That's nice. And then you just, get your energy back up, and then go ahead and fly where you want to shoot it, and then shoot it, which is pretty nice. So I'm very happy with the Gungnir change for sure. Oh my goodness, I actually killed him on Inferno. That's cool. And then there's the Monster 0, which is a very strange weapon. It's like a shotgun. It starts out a little bit accurate, but then it goes really wide and inaccurate. So it does about 3,400 damage per second though. So and it's only 75 energy cost and 560 meter range. Let me go ahead and change energy tanks on this to show. I mean, I was kind of wondering if you could use this as a high-level weapon, or maybe not a high-level weapon, but at least a mid-level weapon, like on hardest or something. Because if you have a lot of energy, and it only costs 75 energy, you could kind of just spam this thing a lot. And it doesn't really, it's not going to cost you much, so I'm not sure if there's a use for it in that respect, but 3400 DPS isn't terrible. It's like a shotgun shot. That's the wrong one. It doesn't charge up super fast, but I don't know if there could be any use on it, honestly. Because it gets a little too inaccurate towards the end for it to be too useful, but I don't know, it's like a shotgun, I guess you could say, for 75 energy. But yeah, that's the final monster, or the first monster you get, actually. So the first time I saw this, I was a little concerned if this is how the sniper monster is going to be, but no. So yeah, that's all the sniper rifles. Overall, I'm very happy with the changes. I'm a little disappointed with the damage per second for the laser sniper still, because I've always wanted to use the laser sniper, but it's a little bit weak. And I'm a little disappointed with the thunder sniper damage per second as well, but I love the Gungnir changes, I love the monster changes, and what else was there? And I like how you have low-level versions of really high damage shots if you need to do that. Wing Diver is definitely the good class to go to. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope to see you on the next video.